I still remember Babylon, a city that glowed like fire even before the furnace was lit. Gold on every gate, marble pillars rising like pride itself. We lived under the shadow of King Nebuchadnezzar, the ruler whose word could build nations or burn them. The air smelled of power and fear. I was there when his messengers announced it. A golden image, 90 feet high, set on the plain of Dura. Every sound of trumpet and flute would command us to bow. And if we didn't, the furnace awaited. But among the thousands who knelt that day, 3 men stood tall: Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. That night the city whispered. People spoke of the 3 who defied the king. Some called them brave, others called them fools. I saw the glances, merchants locking doors early, soldiers sharpening swords, and priests murmuring curses. The air was heavy like a storm waiting to break. In the small house where they gathered, I saw their faces lit by a single lamp. No fear, just faith. They prayed, not for rescue, but for strength to stand. Morning came like judgment. The guards arrived with spears gleaming under the sun. The 3 men were summoned, not as heroes but as traitors. As they walked through the palace gates, whispers followed like shadows. People avoided their eyes, and yet their steps didn't falter. I followed at a distance, my heart pounding. Nebuchadnezzar's throne room burned with anger before any fire was lit. His golden robe shimmered with rage as he leaned forward and asked, "Is it true? You refuse to serve my gods? You refuse to bow to my image?" But the 3 men didn't tremble. "Your Majesty," Shadrach said, "the God we serve is able to deliver us. But even if he does not, we will not bow." The room fell silent. The king's eyes narrowed, disbelief giving way to fury. "Heat the furnace," he roared, "7 times hotter." The command echoed through the palace. Soldiers scrambled. The roar of flames answered. The smell of burning pitch filled the air. I watched the king's face, proud, defiant, wounded. He couldn't understand how anyone could love a god they couldn't see more than the power they could. They bound the 3 with ropes thick as pride. The heat was so strong, even the guards shielded their faces. As they were led closer, I saw something strange, a peace that didn't make sense. Their lips moved in silent prayer. No begging, no panic, just surrender to someone unseen. The soldiers who carried them fell before the fire could touch the 3. The heat consumed the proud before it reached the faithful. The crowd gasped. The king leaned forward, eyes wide. The impossible was happening. And then, silence. The fire danced but did not devour. I saw movement inside, shapes walking, not burning. 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th. The king rose from his throne, trembling. "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire?" he cried. "But I see 4 men, walking freely, and the 4th looks like the Son of God." When they stepped out, not a hair on their heads was singed. Their robes carried no scent of smoke. The same crowd that mocked them now fell silent in awe. The king's jaw trembled. His crown gleamed, but his pride melted. Nebuchadnezzar looked at them, men who should have been ashes, and his voice broke as he declared, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No other God can save like this." The same lips that once threatened now praised. Later that evening, I found the 3 men sitting quietly by the city gate. No glory, no speeches, just gratitude. They spoke softly about faith, about courage, about how sometimes God doesn't remove the fire. He joins you in it. I've seen many fires since that day, not of flames, but of fear, compromise, and pride. Every generation builds its golden image, fame, wealth, acceptance, and demands that we bow. But faith still stands tall, and sometimes when the fire is hottest, that's where he walks closest. I still remember their faces, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, men who proved that faith doesn't end in the fire, it's revealed there. And whenever I stand before fear, I whisper their words to myself. Even if he does not, we will not bow.